Rock Stars, it's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 7, Episode 6. You guys, I am exhausted today. I got some running around and doing my lunch break, so I can't be fucking around with you guys too long with this video. We're gonna get through it. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so KK is back. Child, I never thought I'd be so happy to see the alleged attempted murderer again. I missed old KK. She's meeting with Mama D at Dr. Curves because Mama D is getting some plastic surgery. And I guess KK recently got some plastic surgery, all done by the great Dr. Curves out here in Atlanta, Georgia. I guess there was some talk about whether or not Mama D had on the butt pads or butt bra in this last video of her remix of Bodak Yellow. So she gonna put all the rumors to bed. She's getting actually somebody sent me a video of her saying today that she got her boobs done, she got a tummy tuck, and she got a Brazilian butt lift. That's what it is. She ain't wearing no fake booty pads, y'all. Anyway, she's sitting there talking to Karen, and she's just getting her caught up to date on what's going on. You know, Scrappy and Bambi got married, ran off to Vegas, and eloped. She's happy for him. Mama D and Ernest looks like they're headed for divorce. I think we all saw that one coming. So now Mama D is ready to get out there and boil. Okay, and you know, KK, she got her a young tenderoni. I think she said he was 28, Terrell. She says, you know, she ain't gonna kiss and tell and everything, but you know, they gets it popping. I guess that's what Mama D is looking to do next. You know, KK was all like, you know, they love differently. Okay, fucking like a jackhammer. Y'all, these young ass boys. I act like he was a teenager. Maybe by 28 he know what the fuck he doing. So anyway, good news. Sure enough, Scrap is going to be getting out of jail any day now. She doesn't know exactly the date, but she knows that it's coming soon because, you know, you work out the dates and the times of federal time and you do so much and then half of this and cut that in half and -2 and carry the 1. He's supposed to be getting out soon. So KK is excited about that. Now, what is the date exactly? Well, KK goes and meets with her favorite bail bondsman, Jerry. Okay, we saw Jerry. He was over there who had bonded Tommy out when Tommy had that big fight with her mom at the house. The first one that we saw. And, you know, KK is just so happy that Jerry is there to help her. You know, can you look up and let me know exactly when is the date that Show Enough Scrap is supposed to be getting out? Because he keep on telling KK, you know, any day now, it should be any day now, it should be any day now. And the parole board just keep telling her it's up for review. So he says, fine, no problem. He get on the computer and that shit say July of 2019. She was like, wait a minute, what? 2019? That can't be right. July of next year? Oh, no. Every time I talk to Show Enough Scrap, he tell me, you know what, he's supposed to be getting out. Lo and behold, Show Enough Scrap calls. She was like, Show Enough, listen, this shit done got all my dander up now. You say you supposed to be getting out any day now, and Jerry just checked and it says 2019 July. And he was like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. Okay, I've been in here. I've been the perfect, upstanding jailmate. Haven't done anything wrong. They got me up here on a 20-year bid on the fucking marijuana charge, you know. So, no, mommy, you got to check that out. You got to call the parole board, you know, light a fire up under their ass. I said, okay, Karen, I'm sure you know how to do it. That parole board, as far as they concerned, is like, no. He is not getting out no time soon. I mean, I guess a year is closer than 20, but still. When you thought you was getting out any day now, it can't feel good to find out that you still got another year and some months left to go. Now, this fight that Erica had with Just Britt at the little meeting that Mimi and Keely had set up for them all to talk about this showcase. You know, Erica's outside. Erica's still cutting the fool, screaming outside. And she looks stupid. Like, you doing all of this, but you outside. They still carrying on they meeting inside without you. Erica says that, you know, she just can't tolerate somebody talking about her child. Well, they didn't really talk about your child. Really, she just said, go be with your child. That's actually a reflection on you as a mother. But whatever. I guess I'm splitting hairs, right? Erica needed a reason to go crazy, and I guess that was the reason for her to do it. Anyway, within this damn meeting, 2.0 was just like, I still want to do this, okay? I want to keep the peace, and Just Britt was like, well, me too. She the one coming here acting a fool and cutting up and doing all of that. Now, Keely says, we got to figure out a way for y'all as women to come together, and, you know, Just Britt kind of looks at her, and she was just like, what? like kind of checking Just Britt. And I was like, oh, these two are going to bump heads. She was just like, we do need to come together as women and get along so that you guys can do this showcase. So after Britt thinks about it, she says, well, you know what? I done made money with plenty bitches I ain't liked before. So, you know, I can't see why this would be any different. So she agrees to do the showcase with them. How much money do you think you about to make on this showcase, Just Britt? Now, later on, Mimi has Erica and Keely over because, you know, it blew up. Meeting didn't go so well. So this time they can kind of try to sit down just with Erica so, you know, they can take care of this business. And side note, I'm having a hard time switching back and forth between business mode Keely and side hole setup Keely. It's like she's a totally different person when she's talking about business, which I guess she would be. But still, I keep on watching her and I'm just like, girl, which one is it? I don't believe neither one of these personalities that you're putting forth. Anyways, she tells Erica that she didn't condone, you know, violence and, you know, the shit that Just Britt said about Erica's son, you know, wasn't right. She would have done the same thing had somebody said anything about her son. So they all blame Just Britt for the blow up and not Erica. Even though Erica is the one who got dragged out of the fucking building. Okay, Erica's the one who was acting a fucking fool, screaming, yelling at the damn security, yelling outside of the building. You guys don't see nothing wrong with what Erica did, who had absolutely no reason to be coming at Just Britt to begin with. Instead, you guys all say that Just Britt has a problem and Erica was, you know, totally justified in the way that she was acting. But then there's a plot twist. They tell us that when Just Britt was yelling and screaming amongst all of the confusion, she blurts out that she's sleeping with Stevie J. I said, Mona. Bitch, let's get to this script today. Because see, what you ain't gonna do today is get us thrown off on these storylines. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, Just Britt told us that she don't fuck nobody to get to the top, right? All right. And not saying that she would lie about that, because she could very well be lying. But why would she turn around and blurt it out in the middle of an argument when she just said that she didn't sleep with him? But now she would say it in an argument so she could look like a hypocrite in front of Erica and 2.0, who she said it originally to? Mona, listen. We fine with the made up storylines, but the shit got to make sense. The fuck we got these scripts for and you just gonna be having them say any old damn thing? Child, I said you is a fucking lie and a lie don't care who tell it. You take us for a fool, that's what it is. You think we stupid, don't you, Mona? Bitch. Let me just, I'll write the script. Stevie sleeping with Just Britt also could be the reason why these two ladies keep going head to head together. They didn't know that either one of them was sleeping with Stevie J before they started going head to head. And originally, 2.0 and Erica came at Just Britt. So there was no going head to head. They just jumped on her. I said again, Mona, you're going to find some fucking consistency in these scripts. Okay, let me just move on. Well, we find out that Stevie J is not going to go to jail, but he's decided to keep Mimi in place, give her something to do. She's still going to be in charge of this showcase. Her and Keely are working together. So we got Just Britt, we got 2.0. Like, what you gonna do, Erica? And Erica's like, well, you know, I haven't been able to match up my schedule with Jazzy Faye to get any music done. That's because the nigga's avoiding you. He don't feel like listening to you warble up in no damn studio for hours on end. So now she's saying that since she doesn't have any music, she's not going to perform in the showcase. Thank you, Jesus, for small favors. But now she's just going to attend the showcase. Then all of a sudden, you know, Erica starts feeling a little emotional. You know, she starts telling them about her son and, you know, how much she loves him and everything. She's real protective of him and, you know, that she has to be careful with him because he's getting older and she's not always there. And, you know, he's about to go to junior high and as a mom, I should be with him. But as a provider, I have to be away from him. And child ain't nam tear. Not nam nothing. What are you dabbing at? Mimi is looking at her like... Okay, and that's when the serious music comes on. Listen to me. I can relate to everything you just said. You have no idea. I felt all of your fucking pain. Sometimes we're dealt with things bigger than what we think we can handle. You have done a fucking amazing job thus far. Keep doing what you're doing. So now that Mimi has put her stamp of approval on Erica and her mothering habits, I guess Erica's feeling a little bit better now. So then we see Stevie J, and here we go with the familiarities. Stevie J says that he's got to make everything right with his artist. Okay, his one artist. That would be 2.0. Sound familiar? And he thinks that he has a good idea how he can smooth things over. He's invited her to this photo shoot. It's a lingerie photo shoot. And yeah, he's got a plan in action. Sound familiar? 2.0 seems to be in her feelings because she says that he didn't even tell her he was going to jail. So yeah, she got some shit to get off of her chest as well. Sound familiar? So they sit down. She was just like, yeah, you know, I hear that you're supposed to be going to jail, and I didn't even hear that from you. You're supposed to be my manager. I had to find that out from Mimi. And he was just like, no, well, I'm not going to jail no more. She says, you got me working on this showcase and arguing with this Ronald McDonald bitch. And he was like, no, now we gonna keep it positive. You know how Stevie J do the rat face. And all of a sudden, she got an ear to listen. He was like, I had to make sure that you was right for Danger Zone. You know, you are Danger Zone Latina, okay? And I had to just make sure that you was right for Danger Zone, okay? But you my favorite. And the bitch melts. Sound familiar? Now all of a sudden she's so excited to work for Stevie J. You know, Stevie J tries to tell her, listen, I'm just trying to take you on this whole global, I'm trying to do global shit here, okay? Worldwide, bring you on the legacy. Sound familiar? Don't you want fame and fortune only Stevie J can bring you? And now she's 100% in. Thank you, Poppy. Sound familiar? I said, you guys really didn't even try, huh? Y'all really didn't try. You have really 100% recycled the same storyline, Mona? So then we see Mimi and Keely and Just Britt. They meet with Stevie J and 2.0. Mimi is looking at Stevie J and 2.0 when they walk in. I see Stevie and 2.0 walking in here looking real chummy. Wasn't all good just a week ago. Well, 2.0 says that, you know, she was unhappy then, but they worked it out and she could see that he's really focused on her and her career now. As far as Just Britt is concerned, she's like, look, I came to see what was up with this showcase, but I ain't signed no contract, and I still ain't signing no contract, because it looked like Stevie J with the bullshit. Stevie J was just like, well, you know, I heard that you was out there talking about Erica's son, and when Just Britt tries to talk, you know, Keely jumps in for her. Well, you know what? She was wrong for that, and she know better. Kind of talking like she got Just Britt in check or some shit, and Just Britt is like, wait a minute, you don't speak for me. And Keely is really just kind of ignoring her. So, you know, Stevie J was just like, you just got to be sure that you ready to do global legacy shit like he told 2.0. Keely says, well, what's up with the contract? How long has she had the contract? As if Just Britt wasn't just standing there. And he said she's had it over a month. And she was like, and looking at Just Britt like, you ain't signed it yet? And Just Britt was like, wait a minute, you don't even work for me no more, bitch. Because I can see right now that you're not trying to help me. Okay, you're not my friend. And Keely was like, wait a minute, first of all, it don't matter if I'm your friend or not. See, that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all got the business all fucked up. And that's when Just Britt starts to tell her that she jealous of her. Maybe she just want to be like Just Britt. And she was like, bitch, I ain't never been an artist and I ain't never been a stripper. So what the fuck you talking about? And of course, you know, them fighting words. So next thing you know, it's this big argument. And they have to pull Just Britt out. But I was with Just Britt. Like, really? You going off all on her in front of everybody else, kind of just belittling her, when really Erica was the one. I was just like sitting there like, oh God. Okay, so then they finally get her off, and you know, 2.0 was like, well, you know, what's gonna happen? Because, you know, I just want to do this, and, you know, I'm not really trying to work with her. You know, her feet crawling all out of her shoes. I said, bitch, we used the joke one time, okay? Eric had already said it. It was kind of funny then. It ain't funny when you say it now. Keely says that Just Britt is unprofessional, and I guess maybe she could be. But looks like you guys have one talentless artist who is going to be one person performing at your showcase. How successful do you believe this is going to be? You done put all your might into this bitch and she can't even sing a note? Ain't nobody paying to see that shit. You get more entertainment listening to a mouse chew through a wall. We got Carly, Red, and Tokyo, Vanity. They are at a roast for Jock. Shooter is also there, and he is there with Keely. Now, Keely is in side hole setup mode now. When they all meet up, you know, Keely got an extra attitude. You know, Tokyo already peeps it, you know, and she's just like kind of funky. When Keely sees Tobias with Carly, Red, and Tokyo, she was like, oh, is this a double date? You know, and Tokyo was just like, huh, what? But they float over that. So then Keely brings up the lighthearted conversation of the fact that Sierra was not around to support Shooter when his son was killed. And Carly was like, she was around. I saw when she went to the funeral and she was at the repast and everything. And she was like, no, you need to be around all the time, okay? Fuck the bullshit, anything else that's going on. Okay, that ain't right for her to be on Instagram doing her makeup and shouting folks out, okay, when her husband over there suffering. That's why I set him up with my girl Deej. Okay, you been hanging with Deej? Yep, me and Deej been having a good time getting to know each other. Carly was like, oh really? You setting him up? Like, that's not the girl code. Like, you can't be, how that's your friend? I know you supposed to be Sierra's friend. She was like, I'm not Sierra's friend. I ain't loyal to Sierra. I don't even know Sierra like that. Okay, I'm Shooter's friend and I'm here for Shooter. And we done heard this story 4-5 times already. So I was like, listen to Carly Red trying to talk about some girl code and your whole last season was about you fucking showing up scrap behind Tommy back. How quickly they forget. But whatever, they start arguing about, Keely not being there for Sierra and setting her up and all that. But Keely don't give a fuck. Okay, bitch, get out my face. I did what I did and I'm happy with it. Now, later on, Carly and Tokyo are going out. They're going to meet up with Sierra. But before Sierra gets there, Carly has to let Tokyo know that years and years and years ago, she dated Tobias. And Tokyo was like, really? Did y'all have sex? Carly says, no, we didn't have sex, girl. He not my type. What is your fucking type? Man, that's it. Tokyo was like, well shit, he still should have said something, so I'm going to deal with his ass later. But now I see why the bitch Keely had such a slick little comment when she was like, y'all double dating. I'm going to have to check that bitch as well. So then up walks Sierra, and her little black leggings with the jean shorts and like a little bodysuit on. And, after they hug and pleasantries, hey girl, what you been doing? Oh girl, I've been still seeing my man. I just was with him last night. Girl, I cooked for him and everything. I was like, you bragging about your man and all this. But as soon as they tell you that Shooter was at the party with Keely and how Keely said that she didn't hook them up with some bitch named Deej because she wasn't there for him, she was like, wait a minute, what? She spits out her drink on her $1,000 pants that she said she had on. I said, bitch, you wish them pants was $1,000 damn. Stop it. She was like, not Keely, not the one that I used to laugh with and talk to and text all the time. We even would pray together. She out there setting my man up with somebody else. Yep, girl, and bragging about it, saying that you wasn't there for him. Carly tells her, you need to go check that trick. Okay, I said, Carly, please don't get Sierra fucked up. Sierra can't fight. You already know that. Keely looked like she got it with herself. So, stop pumping people up when you ain't even gonna squash a grape. Tokyo got to meet up with Tobias because she got to get him straight. So you tell me that you knew Carly, but you didn't tell me that you was fucking her. He was like, I ain't fuck her. What you talking about? Yeah, y'all dated back in the past. She already told me. He was like, and? What? We didn't do nothing else, and it was a long time ago. So then she gets into that whole ghetto girl talk. Like, you need to be telling me what's happening. Like, I don't know if you have a problem with my virginity. Like, don't be having me, like, out here looking stupid. People saying things. Like, that's why Keely said, that shit about. He was like, look, I've been very respectful of your virginity, okay? Whoever I fuck is on the low, and you don't even know nothing about it. Don't be sitting up here fussing at me. I did not have sex with Carly Red. She said, well, she didn't believe Carly Red because she don't know her, but she know Tobias, that her man, so she gonna believe him. They didn't have sex if he says that they didn't. But then they have a real confusing conversation, and again, I was like, Mona, you gonna get these scripts right? Shit. Evidently, it was some big tea spilt about the fact that Keely is Blue Da Vinci's baby mama, and somebody named Bocce. Some about Bocce got an evil baby mama, and that is Keely, and she be holding the kids captive. So does she have a kid with Bocce, whoever this Bocce nigga is, and Blue Da Vinci? And she don't let Bocce see him, but then Blue Da Vinci don't know that Bocce is the baby daddy or some shit. Child, I was so confused. I rewound that part over and over and over again. I said, you know what? The niggerific hood boogery antics today, I cannot even, my mind can't even put all these stories together. So somebody out there clarify for me, please. And then finally, after all this talk about these babies and shit, Sierra and Shooter finally sit down to talk. She says that he's been distant. He says, yeah, everything been crazy. He got this real heavy accent. I'm surprised they don't even put the words up on the screen for him when he talks. So then she says, well, I don't know if you heard or what. And he was like, of course I'm hurt. You ain't been around, okay? And the shit been hard for me. And she was like, well, I don't know what you want from me. I paid for the repass. And he was like, you paid for the repass, so what? It's not about money. And she was like, well, you want me to be hugging and caressing you all the time, and it ain't fixing to be like that. I wouldn't fuck you if you was the last nigga on earth. And he was like, and I sure wouldn't fuck you either. Okay, well, now that we got all that clear, nigga, you hanging with Keely and she's setting you up with other people, and that shows me that you low. And he was like, so what are you? You high? I said, you know what, Shooter? You act like you ain't done shit wrong. She was like, listen, people been coming into my shop telling me that you got kids, a 2-year-old, and I guess now a brand new baby. And, you know, Shooter tells us that, you know, yeah, he did cheat on Sierra about a couple of years ago. And so that baby could be his, but he went and saw the new baby, and, you know, the baby don't look like him, no resemblance at all. He don't think that that one's his baby, but the first one could be. Don't you think that the girl would have a problem with that? Why didn't you tell me, Shooter? Well, I was gonna tell you. I said, here we go with the was gones. Me and my friends always say when our husbands say they gonna do something and they don't, and then you end up doing the shit yourself. And they was like, well, I was gonna do it. And it's like, girl, here we go with the was gones. So he said he was gonna tell it, but then, you know, he didn't get around to it because that's when everything blew up. Okay, fuck the 2 years that everything been happening. I'm glad you didn't rush. Then she says, I'm beginning to wonder if he was ever faithful. I said, you beginning to wonder? I mean, fuck, the whole time that we've been knowing y'all the nigga been cheating. What is the wonder about exactly? And then the nigga got the nerve to pull the Jedi mind trick and switch it off on her and say that she is the one that was doing wrong. Well, what I do know, nigga, is that can't nobody call you and tell you that 7-year-old little boy in there is not your son, so at least I didn't get pregnant by some other nigga. Child, I came with Shooter. Let's get to the frost facts. So, Casey meets with her dad D-Lo out in the parking lot. You know, shit is dire. Look like Rashida might be having some interest in some bufferino that she met at the gym. She know that her daddy D-Lo is wrong, but she don't want the family to break up. So now she got to put daddy up on game. So she tells him that she been working out with this guy, and he came to the store the other day to help out. And, you know, D-Lo, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that she been working out with somebody and he came to the store? That's exactly what she just said, D-Lo, with your stupid ass. So is she like in a relationship or something? No, I didn't say that she was in a relationship, but if you keep on slipping, then she probably will be. And then, child, we switch to them damn Sweet Baby Ray confessionals. You know he be shiny. And he says, you know, the thought of Rashida dating makes me sick. He never thought that they wouldn't make it through this rough patch. I said, nigga, rough patch? Rough patch is when you having money problems. Rough patch could be when your marriage is routine and boring. I mean, your rough patches is when, you know, you sick of each other. You getting tired of looking at each other every damn day. Okay, that's a rough patch. Nigga, you done brought a whole new baby into... That is not a rough patch. That is a death blow to any relationship. So get this. He says that he ain't gonna be dealing with that. You can't just bring dudes around the house and around the store. Oh, really? And she was like, well, you need to come around more, and you gotta, you know, make sure that she knows what you mean. And he was like, well, I've been trying for 2 years. I said, nigga, 2 years? We just found out a couple of weeks ago that you the fucking damn daddy. You denied it all last season. What the fuck you mean you been trying for 2 years? You ain't been trying shit, D-Lo. Stupid ass. See, here we go with the frost facts again. See, you can't even keep these damn timelines together. So baby girl says, you need to do something, because I ain't saying that she's fucking around now, but it looks like something might happen if, you know, in the future. So he was like, well, I know what I need to do now. Okay? He gonna take care of it. So guess what he decided to do? Next scene, we see him pull up at the house in his Mercedes, and he got a moving truck. He done went and picked up the homies at Home Depot, and, you know, he gonna have them move the shit off the truck. Rashida looking through the window, and she see what's happening, and she come out there, she said, what are you doing? Sir, put them boxes back on that truck. D-Lo was like, no, don't put it back. She was just like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm trying to move back in. She was like, nigga, you don't just get to make a decision on your own and decide to ambush me and come up here with a moving truck and think you just moving back in this fucking house. He tells her that Casey told him about the bufferino. She was like, oh, so that's what the problem is, okay? You done found out about some man and now all of a sudden you feel like you can come back in here. Look, nigga, if I want to date, then that is my prerogative. He was like, we need to be fixing this situation, Rashida. Like, I know you mad. Like, can you just forgive me? Can we move on? It don't make no sense for me not to be here with the family. Like, I love you. I love the family. Like, can we work it? I was like, nigga, that is not no apology. Like, can you get over it? Can we move on? No, we can't. Not right now. At least that's what I was thinking to myself, but not Rashida. You know, Rashida tells us how difficult it is, you know, that she misses him in the house, you know, her best friend, her husband and everything. I said, girl, you about to break, huh? I was like, here we go with the frost facts, child. She was like, okay, so now if I decide to let you come in this house, you gonna stay over on your side and I'm gonna be on my side. You know, it's gonna be boundaries and all this, but you know, D-Lo sitting up there just smiling. He happy. He get to move back in. He said now he got hope for the future. He got hope for tomorrow. He already know he got Rashida back. Let her get through this little mad stage and they can move on with their life. And that's what makes me so fucking mad with D-Lo. He never seems to feel any kind of way about what he did. It's like almost he justifies it because they were having problems in their marriage. Okay. And that she knew that they was having problems in their marriage. So now she just needs to move on and get over it. And let's just work on getting this relationship back together. And that's not the way to approach it. But you can already tell, like I said, they're going to be one big happy family. Child, it might be next season. Jasmine will be coming over to the fucking house. Alright, you guys, I've been talking way too long. I don't know why I can't get it together today. I am exhausted. About to run in the store, get a few things, get me something to eat, and take it on back to the office. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Oh, my hair is a mess. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.